So I finally finished Chilling in My 30s after getting fired from the DB King's Army. It is on Crunchyroll. There are 12 episodes. I have done a first impressions video on it. I really like this show. It's not my favorite show, but I really did like it, especially the ending. It did make me tear up a bit because I really did like the ending. This is definitely a cute anime. Um, I don't really know what to say, but I really liked it, actually. And I kind of hope they do another season at some point. But at the same time, I feel like they've left it off in not a horrible place. Um, like, it does wrap a few things up, but overall, the whole demons versus human things hasn't really been solved. It's kind of like they've they've taken care of a few big things, and there's definitely big steps towards that. But it's still like quite clearly, while this little village is kind of like they've started to come together, those two races. Obviously, it's so far it's just its village, most likely. So you know what I mean, like where I could kind of wrap up there. It doesn't have to go on to another season, but at the same time, I would like it, and I also like more on the Demon Lord because despite being like the big baddie that he's kind of built up as like the human's mind as this big baddie, he's not really there a whole lot in the series. Like he shows up a couple times for like a few seconds, minutes maybe, but I did like that we do see him at the end, and I don't know. I really like this anime, and this is gonna be one of those shorter reviews because I think I said pretty much everything I thought in the first impressions video, and I don't want to spoil a whole bunch. That's the shocking statement in and of itself because I always fucking spoil everything. But yeah, just it. If you like fantasy, kind of slice of life, kind of sorry, like itchy nose, and he's an OP protagonist, but he doesn't feel OP as kind of like how do I put it? Like he's definitely OP, but it kind of makes sense later on why. Like it's not a sense of like he's OP because I guess he's a protagonist, so he's gotta be OP. Like you know those shows. Him in another world without a smartphone. Well, I guess it kind of had a reason for that too, because you know the god's whole mistake, and then God gave him his powers and shit. So I guess that kind of makes sense. And then Ryoma also kind of makes sense from by the grace of the gods. But anyway, I'm sorry this is so short. I really don't know what to say. Like sometimes I'll start a show and then I'll have a bunch of things in my head while it's going, and then maybe I'll take a break and come back and start from the beginning, and then I don't know what to say. Like a lot of times I feel like I've already said everything like I said in my first impressions video of it. And this is just one of those shows I think you just kind of enjoy it in the moment. And while there are things to talk about, there's definitely other shows where like I just have a whole bunch of chatter up here about what I want to say about it, what I think about it, and there's this show which I kind of just enjoyed in the moment. And all I can really say is I liked it. It's cute. It made me tear up at the end. There are some kind of badass fun moments here or there, which is one of my favorite things in Isekai. Is if you're gonna have an OP protagonist, at least have some fun badass moments, because that shit's gonna get real tiring after a while. So you gotta have something that make me go, "That's cool. That was a cool finishing move. Those are cool powers. Hey, that jerk's hot." I don't know. You gotta give me something. Um, I don't know. But yeah, it's on Crunchyroll, 12 episodes. I don't know when it finished. It's somewhat recently, and like now we're in the spring season, so I'm going back and watching other stuff. Like I'm starting to watch the stuff that's just come out, and then I'm also like going back with like I said this one, and then I did finish was it saving up 80,000 gold coins in another world for my retirement. I think it's got where I did finish that, but I didn't do a review on it. So I drink a soda. But like I did a first impressions video of that, and so I'm gonna go back and watch the whole thing again and see if I have any thoughts. But I think it's gonna be like this review where I'm just kind of like everything was in the moment then, and I've already talked about it in the first impressions video, and then I think I'm gonna do the review and not really know what to say like this one. So it's definitely shorter. We all know I tend to go on and on and on, but I don't know. So there's that, and then there's a bunch. I have so much shit I need to finish. Like, But I'm just not in the mood for it sometimes. Sometimes you want to go back and watch shows you've watched a million times. Sometimes you just not really in the mood to watch shows. Like, I have half an episode, actually, I have half of the last episode of campfire cooking that I need to do. And I think I'm going to have more to say on that one than this one. But I think it might also be a shorter video than my usual, full reviews, whatever. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, check my videos, and bye. Maybe check this one out if you like the whole fantasy, slice of life. This is not an isekai, by the way. I don't know if I accidentally gave the impression. It's not an isekai. It is... oh, did I even explain what the premise was in this fucking thing? No, I did not. Okay, so... the title is basically what it says. It's, our main character gets fired from the Demon King's army. By one of the 4 generals, and then he's just kind of gets to leave because he was he was a soldier. What's weird, because his title when they first fire him is they call him Dark Soldier Dario, but at the same time he was the aide to the 4 generals, not a soldier, so that kind of confused me now that I think about it. But then again, what they talk about him, it feels like he was... he's supposed to be the aide, but it feels like he took on 87 other jobs. Because as soon as he leaves, they miss him very much because... this isn't just oh, he helps the generals. No, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that, he did this, did that. And, the point he's the way I was thinking about it as I'm watching him, I was how would I describe Dario? And he's definitely, he's a load-bearing wall, and then that wall's gone. What's gonna happen? That's basically it. He's supposed to have this one job, but I feel he took on a fuck ton of other jobs without realizing it. They depended on him too much to the point that he's gone now and shit's collapsing in the demon army. But like I said, you don't see the Demon King much. And yeah, this is one of those shows where humans and demons, you can't really tell each other apart, other than humans have these skills and demons have magic, humans do not. And it does get kind of revealed why this war is going on, but it doesn't really feel like this huge grand scheme of things. It feels very more localized problem wise and plot wise. And this kind of, I don't know if they're going to touch on this whole grand thing about yes, we have the heroes party and this we have the Demon King, but I don't think we're ever going to see the two of them fight. At least, I don't know, maybe they do another season, they might start that kind of thing, but it feels very much I don't know, smaller problems, more localized issues, rather than Demon King evil, hero good, we fight to the death now. I don't know. But if you like magics, magic and adventurers and small village life and this, I want to say looming thing, but it never really felt looming, at least not compared to other shows where it's fucking always where they keep hinting at this huge thing is in the background, where here it's just kind of hey, this huge problem's in the background, but we're gonna go over here and fuck around. You're gonna enjoy it though, but we're not really gonna touch on this much. They'll be related to each other, but there's no earth-shattering battle yet. We do have a badass epic battle at the end, but it's not, it doesn't feel world encompassing. Does that make sense? There's definitely this issue that's brought up. We know there's gonna be bigger issues later, but like I said, it feels it's more centralized on this one person and kind of the relationships around him, the things that are happening around, rather than world-ending doom and gloom, always constantly fucking lurking in the background, letting us know that there's this motherfucker in the background cackling, which is gonna burn the world for whatever reason. It doesn't really feel like that. This kind of reminds me more of, say, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, where there definitely are some big things in the background, but Rimuru is just kind of there, and we're kind of just following him around. And while he does have a huge impact on these people and these locations that he goes to, they're always much the same. where there is impact, but it's mostly his story rather than like the whole fucking universe there. Like not getting hit with all the fucking lore from this world. Like it's very clear this fucker's story. And we got some touch on some world stuff, but like I don't know. Hopefully I described that. But like I said, if you like the whole fantasy like genre, slice of life, a little bit of comedy, then you might like this. Like I said, this is not one of my favorite animes. But I really did enjoy it. But like, obviously, this isn't going to take the place for Overlord or That Time I Got Reincarnated. It's not for me. Like those are kind of in my top 10. This is a good one. And I would recommend this to you if you happen to like those, or if you happen to like this, then to recommend those to you, which are also on Crunchyroll. But other than that, I think I've said everything that's comes to my small little pea brain. We're gonna take a breath there for a while. And like us, review, like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos, and bye.